Do you want to get an ex back? Then you're going to learn just about the only way to do so. Look, I'm sure you have a good reason to want your ex back. Maybe you made a mistake and want to apologize. Or perhaps you want to prove to her you're now a better man. Or maybe you feel like dying every day she's not with you. Whatever your reasons may be, I'd like to make one thing clear. It's not your fault. If she left you and now you want her back, there's nothing wrong with that. No matter what the reasons were, I can tell you this for sure. Things were likely not in your control, and so it's not your fault that it turned out the way it did. But here's the thing though, it's not your fault. It is your responsibility to fix things. And yes, you can fix things and get her back, especially with the technique you're about to learn here next. Before I tell you what to do, let's first be clear about what not to do. First, stop the despair and negative thoughts, because if you want her back, you want to be at your best, and that means replacing your desperation and negativity with courage and faith. Faith in what, you ask? At the very least, faith in what I'm about to share with you today. Your weepy disposition won't get her back. What gets her back? A bold, sober approach will, and that's what you're going to learn here next. Got that? Good. Second, before you do anything else, stop contacting her. Now, let's be clear about one thing. The more you contact your ex, the lower your chances of getting her back. It's like walking in a minefield. One false step, and you might react out of anger and drive her away. Or you might fall into a weepy, wussy state and start begging. Or worse, you might even say something stupid that seals the breakup once and for all. So that's the second thing you need to stop doing. Stop digging yourself deeper into a hole. Let's not make getting her back any harder than it needs to be, yes? And third, if you're Googling for advice, stop. Here's a spoiler alert. Google won't help you. Because, believe me, most of the advice you'll get online about getting your ex back does the opposite. Why? It's simply because those relationship guru tricks rarely work in real life. So let me save you a lot of time, money, and stress by telling you they won't help you. So what will help you? What does work in getting your ex back? 2 words, mind control. And here's what that means. Mind control is the science of influencing the female mind to think, say, and do whatever you want. And yes, it's different from the usual relationship guru stuff you see online. Here are some of the most important differences. First, mind control is hidden, not overt. Unlike what gurus tell you, you never talk to your ex directly and try to convince her of anything. And you certainly never lay all your cards on the table and hope she takes pity on you. Instead, with mind control, you'll make her think about you all the time, until she falls back in love with you. And when she's in love with you again, she's much more likely to get back with you. Second, mind control is dark and manipulative. You're not putting yourself at your ex's mercy. She is not the one who decides. It's not up to her. Instead, you make her feel so drawn to you she comes crawling back to you, whether she likes it or not. Now, here's the thing. Many people don't like this. The thought of manipulating their ex makes them foam in the mouth with disgust and anger. Mind control is not for these people. And third, mind control is about emotional roller coasters. You won't try to be all sunshine and rainbows with your ex in hopes of enticing her back. Most gurus tell you to do one thing. Try to make her happy. Show her a good time. Well, guess what? Do that, and she'll know you're up to something, and that will make her withdraw even more. Instead, with mind control, you put her on emotional highs and lows. It's a thrill ride she'll find so addicting that she can't help but want you back. As you can see, mind control is the exact opposite of what most relationship gurus teach. 1. Gurus teach you to be upfront and direct with your woman. Mind control tells you to hide your intentions and mask your words. 2. Gurus teach you to be persuasive with your ex. Mind control teaches you to be manipulative, not persuasive. And 3. Gurus tell you to show your woman a good time, all the time. Mind control is all about the emotional roller coaster, because sometimes making her suffer will make her love you even more. Strange, but true. And that's precisely why mind control works. Normal guys will never get why, but you're not like them. And since you're still here, I can assume that you like what you're seeing, and you want more. So let me continue by showing you a real mind control tactic in action. What's this mind control tactic? It's fractionation. What is fractionation? Well, it's quite possibly the most potent mind control technique known to man, bar none. And it works so well with women because it doesn't just make them feel attracted or fall in love with you. Instead, It hacks her mind and makes her completely addicted to you. Now imagine that for a moment. Your ex won't only feel attracted to you again, she won't even just fall back in love with you. Instead, she gets totally, completely hooked on you. Think about the addiction she feels toward erotic novels, shopping, Netflix, and gossip. Guess what? She'll feel that towards you. And when she is addicted to you in that way, she'll decide to come back, and this time she'll stay for good. That's the power of fractionation, and it can be yours too, if you learn it. Now you might be wondering, what makes fractionation so powerful? The secret is in the emotional roller coaster. It's what makes all her other addictions so, well, addicting. The emotional roller coaster hooks men too, of course, and yet it works on women much more easily because they're much more emotional than we are. And so, when you treat the breakup as one huge emotional roller coaster for her, she'll feel the urge to come back. The addiction will be too great to resist. And that, my friend, is how you get your ex back. And there's no crying, begging, or pleading. In fact, she'll be the one who will cry, beg, and plead to get back into your arms. Sounds good, right? Okay, so how exactly do you use fractionation to get her back? There are 3 steps to the process. And take note, you must follow these steps to the letter. If you deviate or improvise, you'll dilute the power of fractionation and get messy results. So, pay close attention to the 3 steps, okay? Good. The first step is to pretend to accept the breakup. Yup, put yourself in her friend zone voluntarily. It's even better to do this before she breaks up with you. By doing so, you'll catch her by surprise. It'll be the last thing she'll expect. Then, for 2 weeks, act like she's your best buddy. The breakup doesn't bother you at all, and you find it fun to just be friends with her again. It's like putting yourself in the friend zone. Gurus tell you it's bad to get friend zoned, but remember, you're doing things differently with mind control. After you do that for 2 weeks, it's time for the second step. Go radio silent on her. For 2 weeks, don't contact her. If she messages you, don't reply. Not only that, stop posting anything on social media. Why do this? To create intrigue, that's why. You want her to wonder what you're up to. You want to make her think, where is he? Why isn't he calling? Was it something I said? The more she thinks about you, the better. So whatever you do not contact her for 2 weeks at least. If you can drag this to 3 weeks, it's even better. And if you successfully pull it off, you can then move on to the last step of the process. Get in touch with her. And this is how you do it. Tell her you need help as a friend. When she asks, tell her you've met someone new. You don't want to mess it up with her, so you need advice. Would this be true? It doesn't have to be. You can make something up. Anything goes, as long as it involves you moving on with someone new. Now, this is going to drive her nuts. She might give you some advice like you asked, and yet, after a while, she'll start trying to dissuade you from seeing this new girl. She might say things like, are you sure about her? Or, you sure moved on real fast. Or even, is she better than me? If she does that, then you know fractionation worked on her. Now you can tell her, you know what? I thought of getting back with you, but in the end I decided something. If we gave ourselves another shot, there will be some changes. See what happened? Now the ball's in your court. You're now dictating the terms, not her. And once you have successfully fractionated her, she'll gladly agree to your terms. She'll do anything to get you back. That, my friend, is how to use fractionation to get your ex back. Now, you might think, sounds great, Fredo, but wouldn't that be dishonest? To that, I say, if you're willing to do whatever it takes to get your ex back, does it matter? If you'd do anything to build the love life that you want, then you'd follow what works. And that's no matter how amoral it may sound to sensitive ears. Now, I'm not judging you, right? If you're not that committed to getting her back, then of course, fractionation probably isn't for you. There's the usual relationship guru advice that might be a better fit, even if they fail 90% of the time, that is. Meanwhile, if you really want her back, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, your course is set. Fractionation is the best and only way to get your ex back, and you're about to master it today. In just a moment, a link will show up on this video screen. Click it, and you'll see the page on the legendary online masterclass on fractionation. There, you can learn all there is to know about fractionation, including how to use it today. Are you ready to stop wondering what if? Are you prepared to get your ex back? And are you ready to make her stay this time around? Then go ahead, Click the link and join the online masterclass now. If you don't see it, find the link in the top comment below. Do it, because your ex is waiting to come back to you.